Did you know that pumpkin is not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients that boost your overall health? Let's dive into an easy way to enjoy it. Welcome back to A Better Choice Homestead, where on my channel, I focus on food, growing it, preparing it, and preserving it. Today is Tuesday, so we are doing a Tasty Tuesday recipe where we are going to make a cozy and easy pumpkin soup in the Crockpot. Perfect for the fall season and perfect for those days where your evenings may not allow time to cook a full meal. This is an easy prep dinner that you can get started early in the day, bringing such a convenience to your meal plan. We're just going to be tossing a few ingredients into the crock pot, setting it and forgetting it for a few hours until we're just about ready to serve. I know many people struggle to find comforting meals that are really simple to prepare, especially during this busy holiday season. And sometimes we can get into a rut with our creativity being challenged. And some people struggle to come up with nourishing recipes that really take advantage of seasonal ingredients. This dish addresses all of those challenges. So let's get to cooking, if we can really even call it that. So tonight I'm going to be making a crockpot pumpkin soup, which is perfect for fall, and it allows me to take advantage of some of the pumpkin puree that I made and froze, which I just took out and defrosted really quick. This is 2 cups of pumpkin, so I'm just going to add that straight into my slow cooker, which I have set to low. And the timer on here is set for 6 hours. I can probably check it at 5 and it may be done then as well. So the 2 cups of pumpkin puree, which you can of course use canned pumpkin also. We're gonna add 2 cups or half of a quart or a pint of chicken broth. And this is home canned chicken broth, which, you know, this is a quart, so I'm just gonna eyeball about half of it. And then we'll find another use for the rest of this. To that, I am going to add 1 cup of diced onion. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my freeze-dried onions because that makes this even easier for me. If you don't have freeze-dried onions, you can pull some from your freezer, or you can just dice them up really quick and they're just going to go straight in. So the onions are freeze-dried as well as my diced bell peppers. This is a 1/4 cup of diced bell peppers, also freeze-dried. So these are going to absorb liquid out of the crock pot. So I will add just another little splash to compensate for that. This recipe also calls for 2 cups of milk. You can use any type of milk that you would like. We're using 2%. And those are the main ingredients. From here, we're just going to add a little seasoning. So I'm going to do a good pinch of salt, or about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. A pinch of thyme, or maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. If you have fresh, great. I'm using freeze-dried, and I'm just going to crunch them up in my hand before I get them in there because they're in their leaf form. And when I freeze dry herbs, I remove the stems so I don't have to contend with them when I cook. So those were just leaves. And then I'm also going to put in a little bit of nutmeg. I'm going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of that. Those are all the ingredients. Couldn't be simpler. Now I just need to get everything stirred together. The smell of that thyme with that nutmeg is so dreamy. This is going to be delicious. And the color is phenomenal. Now in here I have used diced orange bell peppers, which I think are sweeter than green peppers. I prefer red, yellow, and orange, but you can use whatever bell peppers you have. I think that the orange in here is just going to add to that really pretty color that we have going on from the pumpkin. And all I have to do at this point is put the lid on it and start thinking about how wonderful this is going to taste. That's it. Dinner is cooking. We are at the 5-hour mark and this smells absolutely incredible. This time of year is so nice with pumpkin, everything pumpkin. You've got your pumpkin breads, your pumpkin muffins, your pumpkin pies, your pumpkin spiced lattes, whatever pumpkin suits your fancy. But I really like incorporating it into meals rather than just beverage treats and desserts or breads. So I'm really excited to be showing you how to do this. It is so delicious and so easy. So when we've got between 30 to 60 minutes left on the crock pot, we're going to want it to start to thicken up. So I've got a 1/4 cup of cold water, and to that I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I'm just going to mix that through with a fork. Be sure it's really cold water. If you use warm water, it's not going to mix. It's going to get clumpy and not so good. So cold water with cornstarch always. I'm going to stir that up again before I use it. But now I'm going to go in with my immersion blender so we can get those onions and diced peppers blended through and just help those flavors fully marry through every part of this amazing soup. I'm just going to go right in here with the stick blender, and if you don't have a stick blender, you could pour this into a blender to get it mixed through. I like my pumpkin soup really creamy. All right, now, even though it's just been less than a minute, the cornstarch has started to settle on the bottom again, so I'm going to give that a quick mix. We're going to go ahead and pour that in. Back in with the wooden spoon, and I'm just going to stir that around. That's already thickening up. So as soon as this is at the consistency that you want it, this is ready to serve. I'm going to let it go just, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so, just to make sure that any taste of that cornstarch has been cooked off. But this looks incredible. To finish off tonight's dinner, I am going to toast up some pepitas. These are going to toast up pretty quick on a medium-high flame. And you're not going to want to leave the stove because these are going to go from green and raw to brown and toasty in no time at all. And you want to keep the pan moving. So you can use a spoon to stir these, or you can give them a little flip, which I am really not all that good at. So I usually tend to use the spoon, but I keep practicing. I'm getting there. This takes anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. I don't know if you can hear the crackle, but we're getting to the point where they are starting to pop a little bit, so they are just starting to toast up. Now it is really important to keep them moving around in the pan. I lost one there, but that was a good flip. This is going to bring a really nice nutty flavor to the semi-sweet pumpkin soup. Semi-sweet just because pumpkins have that sweetness to them. It's just going to be a lovely pairing of flavors. And there we go. Just going to pour these in here for serving. And we can get plated up. All right, for serving, we're going to put some of this in the bowl. This is thickened up nicely. It smells amazing, and it has that beautiful pumpkin color as well. I'm going to add some of those toasted pumpkin seeds. They're still a little bit hot here. Just a light sprinkle of those. And I'm also going to add just a dollop of some ricotta cheese because I have that available in my refrigerator. And then just a sprinkle of some freeze-dried parsley. Look how beautiful that looks. Let me give you a close-up. This looks so delicious. I cannot wait to dig in. Okay, we're gonna give this a try. I am excited. I have not had pumpkin soup in at least a year. So I'm just gonna stir in that ricotta cheese. That's gonna help lighten it up just a bit, make it just look and feel a little bit creamier. Just get those flavors well incorporated in there. I've got those lovely toasted pepitas or pumpkin seeds with that extra bit of parsley. This is going to be delicious. Oh, this is incredible. It is so flavorful, so creamy. That slight bit of nutmeg in there does give a hint of that holiday or fall festive feel in your mouth. The pumpkin is absolutely delicious. Did not need any additional salt or pepper. The crunch of those toasted pepitas are a nice little add. And that ricotta really pairs well in here. This is truly a comfort food that satisfies your tummy while nourishing your body. And that was minimal effort. Now, again, you can make this with pumpkin puree out of a can, no problem. And if you're vegetarian or even vegan, you can make this by replacing the chicken stock with some coconut milk finished with a little bit of coconut cream on top. What is your favorite way to enjoy pumpkin this time of year? Do you have a favorite recipe? I'd love to hear about it in the comment sections down below. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Tasty Tuesday Seasonal Pumpkin Soup Edition. My name is Kelly, you're at A Better Choice Homestead, and I do hope you come back and visit again soon.